March 18th, 1965, the first spacewalk occurred. Alexei Leonov stepped out of the spacecraft and into outer space and floated around for 12 minutes. Raise your hands if you would want to be him, the first man to walk in space. Okay. Now, while this was a big, famous, and glorious moment, what you didn't see is what went wrong. Now, I'm going to traumatize you guys. So, the first thing that went wrong is the second he stepped out of his spacecraft, his suit started inflating due to the vacuum of space. His hands started slipping out of his gloves and his feet started slipping out of his boots. To counteract this, he let oxygen out of his suit, risking decompression sickness, and without consulting ground control. This worked, but unfortunately, it was still inflated a little bit, so he had to go into the capsule head first when he was supposed to go feet first. Now, to correct this, inside the capsule, he had to do some emergency maneuvers which increased his body temperature to the point of risking heat stroke. Then, when he finally got turned around, the latch to the airlock wouldn't seal correctly. The onboard computer system attempted to correct this by pumping the cab full of oxygen and heating the temperature, which is extremely dangerous because one spark would have started an unstoppable fire and would have ended in the Challenger disaster. After this, even though no fire started, the auto re-entry system failed. This meant that the pilots were forced to land the craft manually, which is increasingly difficult. Now, the problem is that when they started their re-entry, not all of them were in their seats, which threw off their calculations because the center of gravity was off. This might not matter too much on Earth, but in space, when there's low gravity, it matters a lot. They overshot the target and crash landed into the Siberian forest and had to spend a night in sweaty clothes in negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, which is even colder in Fahrenheit. They spent the night in wet clothes and well below freezing, watching out for wolves. In the morning, the rescue team finally picked them up with cameras. Not a good way to be rescued, but definitely a big success. Now, as idiosyncratic to man, plans go astray. Proverbs 16:9 says, "A man's heart divideth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps." Now, you can plan all you want, but something's bound to go wrong if it's not with God's plan.